Welcome to a 1 vs 1 on Doldrums. Here we have Stuart98 with a Rovers assembly and a strike commander. And Jill has a recon commander and a hover platform. So, Jill thinks this matchup is unwinnable. I don't think so. All the units in the factory have more or less uses in this matchup. And I mostly recommend depending on daggers for the early game. Mixing in bolas can be nice later. It can help, like if you want to kill a leveler, it can be nice to send the bolas first and then send in the daggers later. But if you get a good enough spread against the Ripper, you can just one-shot the Ripper. So yeah, most units have their uses. And let's see here, Jill is still... Jill is kind of stalling their commander here a bit. I would recommend now, high priority now, that's nice. So you want to get the economy built as fast as possible. And then you scout ahead with daggers. Dagger versus Scorch Micro is pretty intense and fiddly. Like the daggers want to like skirmish, get a shot off, and then like not go into maximum range, but they also don't want to like be chasing the Scorcher so at max range, because then the Scorcher will keep doing damage while the daggers do none. Here's a dart, but yeah, darts aren't that useful in this matchup because daggers are basically bigger darts. Yeah, to burst down a Scorcher you need like five daggers, which is a nice number to have. But yeah, you can also kind of skirmish against the Scorcher with less daggers, and it all depends on how you skirmish with the daggers against the Scorcher, if you make cost or not. Yeah. And yeah, you can probably skimp on defense if you're going with daggers, because you're faster and can kind of outmaneuver the opponent. Lose one dagger there. Kill a dart. That's whatever. But yeah, like 6 darts like this can easily push a Scorcher. You probably just don't want to like chase it down from maximum range, because then you're gonna take a lot of damage. But kind of like skirmish like this. Yeah, that's nice. Go in, get some kills, shut off. You almost kill a Scorcher, then you go in and kill again. Turn away a bit like that. Yeah, it can be good like that. But also notice that dagger micro can be extra finicky because of the hitboxes, debug call volume, because you see the purple here and the black here. That's the like they're kind of long, so they can easily block the line of sight of each other, the line of fire. And so that also makes dagger micro a bit extra fiddly. They struggle to shoot above each other, especially against a low unit as a Scorcher. They struggle less to target a higher unit like a commander or something standing up tall. So yeah, they struggle a bit to get the shots off against Scorchers and can easily get blocked themselves. So yeah, that's a thing that you have to like consider, the spread of the daggers. Like you might only get like 2 shooting off against the mix here, even if you get more in range. So yeah, it's very finicky, and it all depends on the spread. You get like 2 shots off here. Yeah, if with a better spread, you probably get 3 shots off and kill that Scorcher. So this formation is too tight, because you can see here like only like 2 or 3 daggers are gonna get the shots off at the first Scorcher, and then the rest are gonna like block each other off if you try to kill that Scorcher. So getting a good spread is really like, you can like fan out, you can go in like this and then fan out against Scorchers if you get them, if they're like turning or something. But yeah, if you're chasing it, it gets harder. So yeah, the mic can be really finicky in situations where you're facing up against Scorcher. And if you chase it in the wrong angle, yeah, you lose daggers like this easily. Yeah. So yeah, here you still have enough to one-shot the Scorcher, and yeah, but yeah, you turn around at the wrong second and it's already driving away. So yeah, the mic can be really finicky and intense for that. You get a mix at least, so that's nice. I'll lose a dagger there. But yeah, it can be really finicky. Making some bolas is fine. Like if you slow down a few Scorchers, it can be fine, and then you can like help them finish them with bolas. But bolas are also slower than Scorchers, so yeah, you're kind of giving up that speed advantage that daggers can use. But yeah, having some bolas later on against level rippers can help, and there's nothing wrong in making bolas. I prefer to stay a bit more dagger focused. Scalpel is also pretty good, like if you want to push the enemy, it's pretty good. If you want to push defenses, if you want to push fencers in combination with like other units, they're decent. Yeah. And here you get a pretty good spread, and all your daggers fire the shots off. Yeah, and the enemy just get 1 kill on the daggers. So yeah, you can see here that the spread makes a big difference in how many shots you get off and how the Scorcher is turning. So now you're ahead in attrition again, so that's nice. Meanwhile, you're staying pretty even in economy. You're stalling a bit on energy here, right? But not too much. You're building some more out here. It's fine. Yeah. Darts can work in this matchup, but if you use them wrongly, you'll just suicide them and they go first before the Scorcher and do nothing. So for example, this is not burst damage to one-shot a Ripper. So yeah, you need, how many do you need? I think you need like, yeah, like you need like 10 of them to one-shot a Ripper, which is quite a bit, but yeah. You shouldn't be too afraid of Rippers, but yeah, Rippers in combination with Scorchers can be scary if the Scorcher drains shots, and yeah, you need to spread out. Yeah, it can be tricky. Here you kind of lose a bolus out of position. Yeah, could probably be expanding here a bit sooner. If you look at metal produce, you're pretty even, but you're ahead in metal use. Because, yeah, your opponent is, yeah, they're not really stalling energy, but yeah, they're doing alright. Or let's see here, total metal produce, metal use. Oh, your opponent, yeah. Your opponent is held in metal use, so yeah. You're a bit behind because you stalled a bit, but you didn't excess metal elite, but yeah, you stalled a bit on energy here, so yeah, you haven't spent all your metal. Here the enemy is getting one of your scalpels out of position and your daggers out of position. It can be scary to jumping in against Scorchers, like 3 Scorchers. If you jump in against them and he's running your commander, you can easily kill your commander. But this engagement turned out pretty well for you still in then. The commander in these hills can be a bit more risky, like Scorchers can easily, if you jump on top of the hill, they struggle to get into point blank range, so yeah. Having your commander in the hills can help a lot. This hill is really inaccessible for Rovers, and jumping on top of this hill helps prevents the Scorcher from dealing maximum damage. But yeah, you're all falling a bit behind in expansion. And here, I think you're choosing to go for solar collectors a bit earlier. Like this one should probably, instead of building solar collectors here, it should probably take in these mexes first. And yeah, building a line of solars is fine, because this metal has quite a bit of metal. This is what happens if you do it wrongly against a Ripper, then you just lose all the daggers bunched up. So you really want to know if you go in against a Ripper and you lack radar coverage here. Radar coverage helps a lot to see slow moving units, and expecting a Ripper or expecting fencers, it helps a lot. Fencers are pretty decent, they are pretty good in this matchup, but yeah. I still think daggers still have quite a bit of HP, and if you have enough to just overrun them, you can kill them pretty easily. So yeah, here you have like 6 daggers, and you get the fencers out of position. You're a bit slow to react. Will you get those? Yeah, you like come in from an angle and can like go behind the fencers. Yeah, so if you catch the daggers out of position, yeah, you can like kind of kill them. Yeah. Here you probably want to send in your commander, like your commander in combination with your units will prevent... you probably don't want to jump into it, you want to reserve your jump to jump away from Scorchers, because if 3 Scorchers come, you want to have the jump to get that extra range, like you're jumping and doing damage and are not at point blank range. But yeah, if you had sent your commander forward here, it would also help, and now you'd be in kind of idle here against the fencer. But yeah, even in this engagement, just having daggers meant you were able to kill off these small armies. That wasn't a big enough army, so even against... oh, you're losing here? Oh, that's kind of sad. Will you escape? Can I save it? Yeah, you took quite a while to deal with this. But yeah, now you have all these, you're producing 60 energy income and only like 25 metal. If this one had just been built in mexes, yeah, you would be more even, had more income. You still haven't taken these mexes, while Stuart has taken all these mexes behind. So yeah, if we look at value kill here, yeah, you're still a bit ahead in value kill, but yeah, you're still behind in total value. And if we look here at metal produce, yeah, your enemy's starting to get ahead of you, because this one should have been gone here and building mexes. With daggers, if you have a lot of daggers, you don't need to fear enemy like run-bys by scorches that much. It's a micro sync if the enemy is doing a lot of raiding, but yeah, they can still be really effective daggers. And when should you switch to halberds? Having a few halberds, like the enemy's making a lot of fencers, you could be holding this position with a stinger. In this situation, when you have this much build power here, you probably just want to throw up a stinger as quickly as possible here. Probably a bit earlier when you see this many incoming fencers. This time it's like too late. And your army is on the side, and then they're running a conga line into Ripper. That's pretty bad. So yeah, if you're not paying attention, that can easily happen against Rippers. Yeah, I mean, Scalpels are pretty good riots as well, so there's nothing wrong in making like Scalpels quite a lot. They're decent against Scorchers, they're good against Rippers, and they can help push defenses. Against Fencer, they can be meh if the enemy has a lot of Fencers. If the enemy has a lot of, then you're just gonna lose them. But if you send them in, if you send in the Scalpels behind your daggers, you can kill off like Scorchers and stuff, and it helps you push still. But yeah, you still haven't got anything to prevent these fencers. At this point, it would be nice to have like a few halberds. You try to flank with a halberd, like yeah. In this situation, like there's lone fencers there. If you just had a few halberds, you could go up there and prevent them from there and there, forcing the enemy to make Scorchers and Rippers. It's also a combination thing. Like if the enemy is using just Scorchers and fencers, then halberds are probably not going to do much. But if they start switching to just Fencer and Ripper, then halberds can be real good. Because even if you put your halberd and hold fire, you can just put your halberd next to the Fencers and the Rippers will rip them apart. Yes. Maces are also pretty good, you just don't want to mono spam them, because the enemy can start switching into the Monotics, but a few maces are always fine. And now the enemy's just pushing with a superior economy here. And yeah, you're falling too much behind here. Yeah, you still haven't taken these mexes, so yeah, that was a big mistake, making this much energy. You're still only using like 28 metal, 30 metal. And yeah, that overdrive was not worth it. Yeah. So yeah, if the enemy is making just Fencers and Rippers, you can counter with halberds. Daggers are decent against Fencers if you get a good flank. Halberds can help close the distance, like flank the Fencers. Yeah, if the enemy has mostly like Scorchers and Fencers, you probably don't want to make too many halberds. You want to like depend on you want to fall back to like a Stinger, or maybe flank with Spolas and daggers. Maybe have some Scalpels in the mix to skirmish against Scorchers and stuff. Yeah, I don't think this mashup is unwinnable. Claymore, I think it's kind of slow in this matchup. Only 70 speed, like a Ripper is 63. I think it's kind of too slow. You can kind of use a riot, but it's mostly a defensive riot, and I don't like that too much. But yeah, remember to be able to use halberds against Fencers and Rippers. It's a really good counter. Yeah. What else? Yeah, don't make too much overdrive when you have free mixes down here. Those are my tips for you. Good luck and have fun.